Locker room, let's get into some chats. How you guys doing? Today's topic on locker room is gonna be the NFC East, the free agent signings and all of that. So we'll have to get into that in a second. I'm just waiting for my co-host to join me. If you got any questions, make sure to drop them down. I'll answer your questions about the Cowboys or the NFC East or my opinion on an NFL topic. Make sure to leave a follow. I'm going to put my link to my podcast. All right, I'm putting the link in my podcast right here. Here it is. If you want to follow my podcast, go ahead and leave a follow. Alrighty, I'm having my co-host join me right now. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, Will, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. I didn't really see much NFC East news today or any NFL news. We're gonna be talking about the NFC East today, and then we're gonna get into other divisions every single day. We're gonna get into a new division. Alrighty, Hachi we'll let you in, Hachi. Alrighty, so let's see the new NFL news. The most recent news is Sammy Watkins signing with the Chiefs, but that was a day ago. There is a little Cowboys news, but I'm going to discuss that in my podcast. Let's see. So let's talk about free agency signings this offseason. But we're going to talk about the NFC East. So let's get right into that. All right, I'm gonna give you a player, and you give me a letter grade of how good you think that player is, and how good you think they're gonna be for that team. All right, you ready, Will?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Already, Kenny Golladay for the Giants.
Solid A.
Solid A. I said B plus. The only reason I didn't go A is because he's been a little bit injury.
Okay, yeah, B plus.
He's been a little bit injury prone.
I said B plus because he's injury prone and he has Daniel Jones who's throwing to him.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I gave him a lower grade than an A. For the Giants, Adoree Jackson, the cornerback from the Titans. How do you guys feel about him?
I said it's an A.
Yeah, I said an A.
He's somewhat injury prone, but when he's on the field, he's definitely one of the best corners.
Yeah. Another person for the Giants, Kyle Rudolph. I gave him a B minus because when he came in for his physical with the Giants, they didn't have him sign the contract because he had like a broken foot and he's going to need surgery on it. And I don't know how that's going to affect him, but I gave him a B minus.
Yeah, I'd say probably B minus, B plus, just because he is getting older in age, but that doesn't mean he's not as good as he used to be. But with that injury, though, that's definitely going to affect him over the longer. Kyle Rudolph.
He was the Vikings tight end.
B minus.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give him higher. I mean, he's a great tight end, one of the top tight end free agents this offseason. And I mean, but that injury thing just bumped him down a little bit.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, and so let's see. Next team in the NFC East is Washington. We're going to get into some of their free agents. How do you guys feel about Curtis Samuel? What do you give him a letter grade?
I'd probably say A, just because.
A minus.
I'd probably just give him an A because he does have previous chemistry with Terry McLaurin because they played together in college. And I feel like with the success that Terry McLaurin's been rolling off of these past year or two, I feel like Curtis Samuel will fit right into that scheme on the offense. So
Yeah.
they can get a 1-2 punch going in receiving.
Yeah, the only reason I said A, and the only reason I didn't say A plus is because they have Ryan Fitzpatrick as a quarterback, and he's not always reliable. Speaking of Ryan Fitz, what do you grade him?
I'd say
it's a big minus.
Yeah, I'd say B.
I said a C.
A C?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if
I'd probably be a B or a B plus if he was a little bit younger.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust him to be my starter though. Like last year, he played in between with Tua.
Yeah, I trust him to be starter. The only reason I give him a B is because he does have his bad days, but generally over those past few seasons with Miami, he hasn't really had as many bad days as he used to.
He could be inconsistent. Sometimes most of the time he's going to be a reliable quarterback.
Another person for the Washington football team, William Jackson, the cornerback from the Bengals. I think he's an underrated player. That's someone I wanted the Cowboys to go get. I gave him an A. He's just like really underrated in my opinion.
Wait, who?
William Jackson. He was a corner from the Bengals. He's really underrated.
Yeah, B minus. I mean, not B minus. Like high B plus.
B plus.
Yeah. They also got Adam Humphries, the wide receiver. What do you guys grade him? I graded him as a C plus. What do you all grade him?
C.
Yeah, C plus B minus.
Okay, yeah. See, we all have the same thoughts on some of these guys. Darryl Roberts. They also sent someone named Darryl Roberts. I don't really know who he is, so I gave him a D because he wasn't like a top free agent.
D for don't know who he is.
C plus. He's more of a run stopper. C plus.
Eagles.
I mean, no. He's more of a left tackle that stops the run. He's good at pass blocking, somewhat.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Eagles. They signed Anthony Harris. I gave them an A for him. He's a good player. What do y'all think Anthony Harris is?
B plus.
Yeah, somewhere in the B region.
Yeah, he was one of the more top free agents, but I really wanted the Cowboys to go get someone the Bengals signed. I'll get into that in tomorrow's episode because we're talking about the Steelers division. We'll have to get into that tomorrow. But how do y'all grade Joe Flacco? They signed Joe Flacco too. The Eagles did. I give him a C.
C minus D plus.
Yes. See, we're all kind of thinking. Yeah. Andrew Adams, safety. I think he's just like a sub and roll. I gave him a C. I've seen only a little bit of things on him, not too much. What would y'all grade him?
I don't know.
Yeah, I say there's lower range because I don't really know who he is, but I've seen like a play or two of him. I don't know. He's pretty good. All right, let's get into my team, the Dallas Cowboys. What?
Who?
Andrew Adams. He's a safety.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I gave him a C. I didn't really know who he is. I actually a D cut for I don't know who you are. Alrighty. Let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys. One of their bigger signings this offseason, Keanu Neal. What do y'all grade him as a letter grade?
I'm between B plus and A. I would.
Yeah, B plus A minus.
No, B. B because he's a really good player, but B also because he's really, really injury prone. And who knows? Because he could be somewhat inconsistent.
Yeah, I gave him an A minus. The only reason is because like he does get injured a lot, but I gave him an A because he's versatile in position.
He does not have a full season.
Yeah, he's versatile in his position. He could play linebacker or safety for us. He's gonna be playing linebacker, weak side linebacker, so that's gonna be good. Next person, DeMonte KZ. What that's the Dallas Cowboys signed him the other day. What do y'all grade him?
And go with
B plus.
Yeah, B plus A minus area again.
Yeah, I said
I feel
B.
like there were better options that they could go with in the Monte KC, but I feel like it's definitely a B plus.
Yeah, I said B plus A minus. The only bad side to him is a little bit of injury. He's coming off an injury, but I do like the player. He's a lot. He's just think about this. The Cowboys have never actually had good safeties. And this year they bring in Keanu Neal, who's a good safety, but he's going to play linebacker for us. And we bring in DeMonte KZ, who's going to be our safety. And DeMonte KZ next to Donovan Wilson, those are going to be some players to be watching next year. I don't know if you guys know who he is. Terrell Basham. He was an edge rusher for the Jets last year. I don't think y'all are gonna know who he is. I mean, he's our backup, so I'm okay with that. It's a good backup. Because as of right now, we don't have Alden Smith signed, so I give him a B minus. Because he's gonna be playing a backup, and you can't really be too bad at being a backup because you're a backup for a reason. Let's see. This might be someone y'all know. I know you might know him, Hachi. Brent Urban, defensive tackle. He used to play for the Chicago Bears. Who else? I forget who else he played for. Oh, he also played for the Ravens.
C, I would say.
Yeah, I said C plus. He's a good run stuffer, and
Yeah, really good run stuffer.
I don't see him playing a lot of snaps. I see him only on like critical downs, like a 3rd and 3 or something like that.
I see him playing a decent amount of snaps. I just don't see him playing good.
Yeah. Well, next year our defensive tackle position is filled. Another person is Carlos Watkins. We just brought in another run stuffer. I gave him a D because I didn't really. He's not like too flashy, but he's like a 3rd or 4th, 5th in defensive tackle, and
that was more of a move for Jeff.
Yeah. See, the Cowboys have Neville Gallimore, rookie that was coming out last year. They got Antoine Woods again this year. They didn't sign him. They I forget what they did. I don't know what it's called. They parted something. I don't know. But he's on our team again next year. We got Tristan Hill coming off an injury last year. And we got Brent Urban now. We got Carlos Watkins. We're kind of stacked in the defensive tackle position now. I really hope we can get some good rotations. How do you guys feel about Jaron Kearse, another person the Cowboys signed? Free safety for the Lions. I gave him a C plus. What would y'all grade him?
I have no clue, honestly.
Oh, you guys probably don't know him. Some of the players we signed though are going to be like in our backups. Like I don't think Jaron Kearse is playing over DeMonte KZ anytime soon, but I look forward to seeing him in a rotation every now and then. So out of all these NFC East teams that I listed, what football team do you think had the best offseason, the best free agency?
I'd probably say Washington.
Patriots.
Who?
I don't get how you could possibly say that the Patriots didn't have the best.
No, out of the NFC East, out of the Giants, Washington, Eagles, and Cowboys.
I don't know.
I'd say Washington.
Yeah, it's between.
It was really, yeah.
See, it's between Washington,
Giants and Washington.
Cowboys, and Giants. The only thing is the Cowboys didn't go after big name like offensive players. All these other teams in the NFC East went for all offensive players. We haven't really touched our offense because we don't really need to. Our offense is already stacked. It's ready for next season. Hopefully, our tackles are healthy next year, and our offensive line could be healthy, and we'll be a good team. Then the only thing I hope is if the Cowboys actually have a good defense. We don't need a Pro Bowl defense, top 10 defense. We don't need all that. All we need is a decent defense because I know Dak can outscore teams if our defense can at least get like 1 or 2, 3 stops. And that didn't seem to happen at all last year. We were terrible last year. But yeah, I'd probably give the Giants.
I feel like what you said commented. I have a comment like you said. Every other NFC East team signed like big name free agents on offense, and the Cowboys didn't really sign any big name offensive free agents.
Yeah,
I rate the Cowboys offseason AA. And my comment on what you said is like their offense. To me, their offense is one of the best in the league. But they were bad as a team because of the defense.
Yeah, that was their problem.
Projected earlier in the season, before the season started, I knew the Cowboys were going to have a bad defense. They're going to be trash. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I projected them
as soon as I
sign offensive free agents.
As soon as I
see, I feel like they did the right thing for getting like depth for like when how the whole team got injured literally when they were getting depth and all that and going for the weak spots, which is mostly on defense. I feel like that was an A. Yeah,
exactly. Last year we were one of the worst run defenses in the NFL, and honestly,
worst defenses, period.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think next year, this coming soon, I think out of all the teams in the NFC East, I believe the Cowboys are gonna have the best draft. Especially with the Eagles trading to the 12th pick for some reason.
I have the Jaguars have the best draft.
Well, I was talking about the NFC East, but yeah, Jaguars will definitely have the best draft. Yeah, the Jags, I don't think anybody can beat them. Especially with Myers, he's so familiar with the college players and everything. They're going to be a great team next year.
Yeah, but here's a real question. What do you think's going to happen with Gardner Minshew? Do you think he's going to...
I feel like the Cowboys will indeed have the best draft because personally I look at it as the better draft pick you have, the better picks you're going to have. And I feel like that's definitely true in this draft because it's one of the best draft classes.
Yeah, and I can't believe the Eagles traded back. But I think what you were saying, Will, I think Minshew is going to be either their backup or they're going to have to they're going to trade him away.
I want Minshew. It's better than Andy Dalton.
I feel like Minshew is actually a very good player. He's so underrated.
Yeah,
so into a good.
He doesn't get appreciated.
I've seen some of his throws and his plays. He's a good quarterback. It's like.
But here's a hypothetical question: what do you think's going to happen? Do you think that Urban Meyer's going to want to build around Gardner Minshew, or he's going to take Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence. You don't.
Sure.
No matter who you have, you don't. If you have the first pick, you don't pass over Trevor Lawrence. If it was the Cowboys in the draft at number 1, I'd say Trevor Lawrence. I get we have Dak. He could help Trevor Lawrence. But Trevor Lawrence is a great player. Trevor Lawrence is going to be watch and see. He's going to be Tom Brady.
Knowing how much. No one even knowing how much. Knowing how much you love Dak. I was like, who would say that?
Yeah, what's it called?
That was the Chiefs and
I don't think he's really gonna do too good with the Jags. I mean, unless they could build around him and do good around him, I don't really see
I
him.
feel like he's not going to do too good until.
Yeah,
They're not going to do too good. He's not going to do too good with the Jags until he actually gets a team built around him.
Yeah, if he goes to some
An actual head coach who knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I could see him going somewhere.
Just step.
What would you guys do if he went to New England?
I'd duck and cover because that could be bad news.
Yeah, then
Yeah, because I've seen something that was asking about it. That's why I started bringing Gardner Minshew up, because they were talking about if there was the potential to trade Minshew, but Urban Meyer said that they weren't taking calls from him right now.
What was the question?
Oh, there wasn't a question. We were just talking about the Jags, but yeah, I'm so
Okay, bye, Hachi.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm so confused on what just happened, but the Jags, they're gonna be a good team next year, man. I could see it if they can get. I want to see them get wide. I want to see them do great, dude. I want to see them get wide receivers, and I want to see Trevor Lawrence at his best he could be. And I could see him being a Tom Brady in the NFL, but he ain't gonna be no Tom Brady with the Jaguars. No offense.
Unless Urban Meyer decides to go nuts.
Oh, dude.
Then, yeah.
What's it called? The other day I was watching my sister's basketball game or whatever, and first thing is when she was in there warming up, practicing, and me and my family are walking in, and immediately as soon as I walk in, the principal of the other team comes over, like looks at our tickets or whatever, and he looks up and sees my hat, and he's like, "Oh, there's no Cowboys fans in here." And he kept saying that, and then when the second time we talked for a second then, and then I went to the bathroom, and when I was coming back in, he was like, he's like, "Oh man, I can't let you in twice now." I was like, "Hey man, what's your team?" He's like, "No man, you're gonna cook me. I don't want to tell you my team." I was like, "What's your team, man?" And he was like, "The Jaguars," and I wanted to say so bad, how are you gonna talk trash about my team, but your team's the Jaguars? But no, I was nice about it. I was like, y'all are gonna do good with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I could have talked bad about any of their seasons, but no, I left that out, and I said some positives on his team.
Yeah, the only season you can't really talk smack about on the Jaguars was their 2017 season, because that year they were a tank.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, dude, we got rid of every single player that was good, and that was just like the end of it for me. And I was like, yeah, dude, you got rid of think about the players they got rid of: Campbell, Jalen Ramsey. They were just getting rid of all their players. Miles Jack,
Telvin Smith,
dude.
Paul Posluszny. I don't know if he's still there.
Dude, the list
but they got rid of everybody, and they even got rid of Dante Fowler Jr.
And dude, if they really wanted to, they could have kept every single one of them.
And Malik Jackson.
If they really wanted to, they could have kept every single one of them. I don't know why they were trying to like rebuild.
Yeah, they should have kept the band together, seriously.
Because that could have been a Super Bowl defense. I'm not even gonna lie, that was a good defense.
That was a Pro Bowl defense, easy.
Yeah, if you would have that defense, and on the opposite side you got Trevor Lawrence, where do you see them? Do you see them in the playoffs?
Or even like Gardner Minshew too, instead of Blake Bortles, because they had Allen Robinson back then too.
Minshew's a good quarterback, dude. I like what I've seen from him.
Leonard Fournette in his rookie season too.
I would love to have Minshew as a backup.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is that they have Blake Bortles as a quarterback. I mean, he was good that season though. That season only.
Blake Bortles had one good season, and then he was bad after that. What team is he on now? Is he still on the Jags?
No, I'm pretty sure he's like the third string on the Rams or something.
Oh shoot! But he went low.
Yeah.
Oh man, well that was the NFC East. I just can't wait till next year. I can't wait until we have Keanu Neal, Blitz, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, dude. Do you know what I want really bad? I really want our schedule to be us playing Washington first game. That's a real test right there.
Yeah, because let's be honest, you two are easily going to be.
We're the two top teams in our division.
Yeah, you two are going to be.
And right behind us, and right behind us is the Giants. The Giants aren't.
There's the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles are the Eagles. They got Anthony Harris this offseason. I don't see them doing too well, but dude, honestly, I want to see us first game of the season play Washington because that's a test for us. That's how I will know from game one if we're gonna be that shitty team or if we're gonna be that team that goes to the Super Bowl or to the playoffs at least. Because if we could beat Washington, I don't think we got to be too scared of the Giants. I mean, yeah, they're scary, but we always seem to beat them. And Dak's always outplayed them, always beat them. There's been a few times that Dak has lost to the Giants. He lost like one time against Washington. He's like 8-1 against Washington. Like Dak is their dad. And Eagles.
It's just like the one thing you showed me.
Yeah, Eagles. They're a whole nother story. Dak was Carson's dad. He was. There was a debate one year, 2017, and then he got hurt and never came back the same.
Yeah, he was never the same after he got injured.
And all last year, I kept seeing post after post of like people saying, like who's better, Dak or Wentz? It's not even a competition.
Yeah, no. And besides, like he just got traded for a third round pick, but you guys drafted Dak in the 4th round, and you just franchise tagged him. I mean, not franchise tagged him, signed to a freaking $140 million contract.
Dude, have you ever seen the Dak documentary?
No.
I encourage anybody watching or anybody tuning in on the podcast and YouTube will watch the Dak documentary of his like whole college career. It's about his college career and his life, dude. That's the most inspiring thing to me watching that, and it makes me respect Dak 10 times more. And after watching that, I don't get how anybody can hate that man. They only hate Dak because he's a Dallas Cowboy.
It's either that or they're an Eagles fan, or the other.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Make sure to leave a follow on my podcast. That's in the chat right there. If you click it, tune in that you got to watch it live. So that's pretty good. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube.